Yeah, Friday! You have reached episode 35 of the Ranting Weight Watcher. I am your host, Donato Russo. I hope you enjoy the show today. If this is your first time here and you enjoy the show, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. If the podcast app you're listening to me on allows you to rate the show, please leave a 4-star or 5-star rating. Any rating is greatly appreciated. Thank God it's Friday. I am ready for the weekend. I hope you guys are too. We aren't going to mess around. This is a very special show I have for you today. So let's get into this. Well, guys, I had a great week this week. For this week, I am down 1 pound. For the month of April, I am down 5.6 pounds. And total, since January 2019, I am down 125.8 pounds, which means the milestone goal of losing 125 pounds has officially been met.
Congratulations!
And this whole thing has been a crazy ride, to say the least. And I mean, I've learned so much since the beginning. Learned so incredibly much. And it's such an incredible honor to have made it this far. And I mean, I still got a long way to go. Still got a long way to go. So I'm not going anywhere. This is just one step along a much bigger journey. I do have a small goal to get back to 253 pounds. And that is the weight I was when I was in 8th grade. In 8th grade, I weighed 253 pounds. And I feel like it is something that haunts me still from childhood. And so I made 253 a small goal for myself because of that. To finally get rid of that feeling. Getting back to 253 is going to get rid of that and once and for all, and I'll be done with it. But I am 16.8 pounds away from 253 pound mark. And now my new road to 150 goal, I am 24.2 pounds away from that milestone, that WW milestone. And from my big goal of losing 200 pounds and then reevaluating where I want to take my life at that point, I am 74.2 pounds away. And that's it. It is officially the end of the road for the 125 milestone. It has been an interesting journey so far, that's for sure. Now, I went through some numbers here. And I want to share that stuff with you just so you can understand just how much work is involved. Now, I've done this before when I hit my previous milestone. My previous small goal was 277. And I think I went through some dates here. But my road to 125 began on August 22nd, 2020. And that was the day I hit the 100-pound WW milestone and began my journey to 125. And this road to 125 taught me one enormous lesson. But I'll get to that in a minute. But just to give you an idea of how long it took me to get from hitting the 100-pound mark to hitting the 125-pound mark in the milestone goals of WW. There was 35 weeks in between August 22nd, 2020 and this past Saturday, where I hit the milestone. I'm sorry, I didn't have that date ready for you. But it was April 2021. And 35 weeks in between those dates. And of those 35 weeks, 21 of those weeks, I registered a loss. 21. Okay? Which is great. And 3 of those weeks, I didn't register a loss or a gain. So a 0. Stayed the same on 3 of those weeks. Now, 11 of those weeks, I registered gains. And this is where I really started to learn the difference. The lesson that 125 taught me is the difference between being on a weight loss program to lose weight or being on a weight loss program to live a healthy lifestyle. It showed me the difference. And I'll explain it to you in a second. I have some regrets. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm human. I have some regrets. My biggest regret in this road to 125 is that I feel like I handled the holidays a little loosely this year in 2020. The 2020 holidays, I just got really loose. And the 2019 holidays, I was really structured. But the 2020 holidays, it was my second time around, and I was just like, you know what? Cruise control, enjoying life. And here we go. Of those 11 gains, I added all those gains up. Okay? 36 pounds were gained in those 11 gains of the 35 weeks it took me to get to the 125 milestone. 36 pounds. It's insane. 36 pounds were gained trying to lose 25. Now, many of you would say, now over half of that weight, almost half of that weight, I'm sorry. Almost half of that weight was gained specifically during the holiday season, from Thanksgiving to January 2nd. And then there were other random gains, and some of them were just I didn't earn them, unearned gains. We all have those, where we do everything right, and then the body weight fluctuates, and we go up anyway. But the 36-pound gain, I want to say it's just about 15 pounds of it was holiday weight. And the other 20 was random gains here and there. So that's why how looking at all these numbers taught me, here you go, Don. Here's the difference between trying to lose weight and sacrificing everything. Sacrificing everything that you know would be unhealthy and just giving it up and losing weight as quickly as possible, versus living a healthy lifestyle and learning to eat the foods you love, regardless of the fact that you're trying to lose weight. Because as I look at these numbers, the bottom line here is, in order to go from the 100 milestone to the 125 milestone, I actually had to lose 61 pounds. In order to lose 25 pounds, I had to lose 61 pounds. Maybe you didn't get that. In order to lose 25 pounds, to go from 100 to 125 milestone, I actually had to lose 61 pounds because I regained 36 in the process. So I had to re-lose that 36 plus the actual 25 I needed to hit the milestone. And that's the difference in my mind right now. That is the difference between giving up everything just to lose weight versus living a healthy lifestyle and dealing with the unhealthy things that we love once in a while. And there's plenty of people that's going to say to me, oh, give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. You can't have regrets over what you did on the holiday season. You can't fix that anymore. And I totally get that. And I'm not trying to say I want to fix the past, but I am going to fix the future. Because the 2021 holiday season is going to be just as structured, if not more structured, than the 2019 holiday season was. And I have no doubt in my mind, there is no way I am allowing myself to get that loose where I gain 15 pounds in just a few weeks' time. We're talking about a month here, because the end of the month is of November. That's Thanksgiving. And then, 1 month later is Christmas. And then another week later is New Year's. But every pound gain in the process is another pound that needs to be lost. And we never pay attention to the pounds we gain. We just try to get back to where we were, and that's our sole focus. We never go back and look. Because when you look at these numbers like this, it's enough to smack you in the face and say, holy crap, what was I thinking? I had to lose 61 pounds in order to lose 25. It sucks to think about it that way, but it is the truth. No other way to look at it. It is the truth. Well, we're going to take a break. Stick with me. And when we come back, we're going to talk about some goals I have for my road to 150. And we'll go from there. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for listening to the Ranting Weight Watcher. If you would like to connect on social media, we would love to connect with you. On the Weight Watchers Connect app, search for @Ranting Weight Watcher. All of our other social media links can be found at www.therantingweightwatcher.com. You can also email the show, say hello, or share your story with us. Send your emails to therantingweightwatcher@gmail.com. We look forward to hearing from you. If this is your first time here, and you enjoyed the show, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. We are proud to announce that the Ranting Weight Watcher has been rated number 6 in Feedspot.com's Top 10 Weight Watchers podcasts. Click the link in the show's description if you wish to see the full list. If the podcast app you are listening with allows you to rate the show, please leave a 4-star or 5-star rating, whatever is in your heart to leave. Any rating is greatly appreciated. And now, without further delay, here is the star of the show, Donato Russo.
And we are back. Thanks for sticking with me. So in the first half of the show, we talked about the road to 125. And now for the second half, I'd like to talk about my plans for the road to 150. Now, as I approached the 125, I start thinking, I'm always thinking ahead. I'm always thinking about trying to anticipate what the next level would require of me. Because that's how I see this. My road to 150 is the next level. And if I want to achieve 150 in a timely manner, because I don't know that I want it to take 35 weeks again. I don't know. When I look at this, I don't like to set time goals because I got my road to 75 taught me not to set time goals. But I can't help but want to set a time goal for this road to 150. And for whatever reason, I have it in my head October 1st. I'm sorry, not October 1st. October 17th. Because April 17th was the day that I hit the goal. And so exactly 6 months I'm giving myself, which is a few weeks less than it took for the road to 125. But I want 150 by October 1st. I don't think that's asking too much. We're talking about 25 pounds in 6 months. That's all. What are we talking about? A little over 4 pounds a month? Come on, that's not unreasonable. That's a pound a week. A pound a week. But I feel like the road to 150 is calling for sacrifice. And originally, I had so many things planned here. First thing I did was I bought a hot suit, a sauna suit they also call it. It's a suit that you wear and it absorbs the heat and causes you to sweat more. And I bought that thinking this was going to be enough to get me to the next level. But I don't think that anymore. And it's funny because I only used it once. But when I think about how hard I worked in that final week, in this past week, 7 walks, I bust my ass this week to get the 125. And when I stepped on the scale on Saturday morning and I only dropped a pound, many of you are like, oh, that's great, you dropped a pound. And I get that. But for me, it was like a reality check. For me, it was when I thought I was going to blow past it like I blew past 100. Because that final week when I said I was ounces away from 100 and I worked so hard that week. I lost 3 pounds that week when I weighed in and blew right past the 100-pound mark. And I really felt I was going to repeat that because so many of the patterns were the same as I approached 125 that they were for 100. And so I bust my butt again for 125. And I went crazy. I went absolutely nuts to try and get it. And when I threw this hot suit into the mix, granted, I only used it once during the week, but I was convinced I really busted my butt this week, and it should be at least a 3-pound loss. And when I came out with only 1 pound, and it was just enough to get the 125 charm, it was like another smack in the face saying, no. 125, you thought that was hard. 150 is going to be even harder. Don't come in here with an arrogant attitude because we're going to knock you out with it. That's what it felt like when I stepped on the scale on Saturday morning and only dropped a pound. And I'm pissing off a bunch of people because I'm saying only dropped a pound. But I felt like I did a tremendous amount of work. And to come out with nothing, or to come out with only 1 pound, it said We have to go higher. We have to do more. So my other goals are to consistently walk 7 days a week. Or, I'm sorry, consistently have 7 workouts a week. And whenever I do walk, it's going to be a 4-mile walk minimum. Because for the longest time, I've been doing 3.5 miles, a little over 3, like 3.25 miles. No more. No more of this 3-mile BS. It's going to be minimum 4 miles, regardless of how long it takes me. I got to pick up that pace. I want, eventually, I know I can't do it consistently now, but eventually I want a pace consistently under 20-minute mile. Even if it's 19.99, whatever, a minute mile, I don't care. It's got to be under 20. Because right now, on my best days, I can get 20, a little over 20. And on an okay day or mediocre, we're talking about 21, 22. And those are unacceptable. 21 and 22 minute miles are no longer acceptable for the road to 150. I am declaring that. I have to get my average speed below 20-minute mile consistently. I am going to be working toward that. Now, I said 7 workouts a week because I don't feel that walking is enough. I thought it was going to be enough. I really did. I thought 7 days a week, minimum 4 miles a day. I thought that was going to be enough to get me to 150. After this past week, I do not think that. And I got all of that equipment. I got kettlebells. I got battle ropes. I got all of these things. And I haven't been using them. And it's time to break them out and really get to work. Now, I don't know how many days I plan to use them. I don't know. Maybe I want to use them in addition to walking. Maybe specifically on the weekends or something. I don't know. If I could start off with 2 days a week with that equipment and make it Saturday and Sunday and have all the other days be walks until I can get it going as part of the week. Maybe it's just a baby step there that I do that. I don't know, but it has to be more. 4-mile walks 7 days a week isn't enough. The sweatsuit is not enough to make it to 150. It's got to be more. And the whatever holidays fall between now and October 1st, none of them are going to be valuable to me. And maybe even my cheat meal on Saturday nights, maybe even that might become much more structured. Maybe I won't be so relaxed anymore with that meal. After seeing how many pounds I gained and then had to re-lose, I had to lose 61 pounds in order to lose 25. And that's insanity to me. And it cannot happen for 150. It has to be different. It has to be different for 150 because I am not going to deal with that again. I'm sure there will be gains. I'm not telling you there won't be gains. I'm not... it's hard to... I understand. I'm probably going to sound very frustrating in this episode. But this is how I am with myself. This is how I am. I demand more of myself than I demand of anybody else. When someone asks me, what can I do to get to the next level? When someone asks me for advice, I don't tell them to do anything I haven't already done myself. Do I tell them this is what you're going to do and you're guaranteed to have success? No. But if you ask me for advice, I'm going to tell you stuff that I did. Because how I'm going to advise you to do something I didn't do doesn't make any sense. And so mostly in this episode, I'm talking to myself. Because it cannot be 30 30 some odd weeks and almost triple the amount of weight I had to lose. Well, no, I'm sorry, not triple, but still more than double. More than double the amount of weight I had to lose just to lose 25 pounds. Because of 11 gains. I will not have it this time around. Donato, I'm writing to you from the future. I think you need to hear what I have to say now more than ever. First, let me introduce myself. I am the Donato Russo that you are currently fighting to become. And the first thing I want to tell you is, I think you're truly amazing. I am incredibly proud of what you've accomplished thus far on this journey. In just a little over 2 years, you have completely turned your life around. And not only can I see it, but everyone around you can now see that this isn't just some game you're playing anymore. We can all see that you are in this for the long haul. I have admired greatly the steps you've taken to improve your mindset, create consistency, and the eagerness in which you pursue knowledge to improve your performance in all aspects of your journey. Your goal to reach the 125-pound milestone, it's officially over. Well done. I always knew you could do this. But if it wasn't for me to convince you that you could, it was for you to realize it on your own. It took a while for you to get here. But looking back, I can tell you this. It will all be worth it in the end. Now, the road to 150 is standing in before you. And I know what you're feeling right now. You're afraid. Afraid you don't have what it takes to get to 150. And I am here to tell you that it's normal to feel afraid and intimidated by the amount of work it will take to get you to 150. However, your fear has no foundation, and it must not be allowed to impregnate your mind. The road to 150 is the same as all the other goals you've set. The same as the road to 25, the same as the road to 100, 75, and 50. The amount of work is astronomically more difficult. But what else did you expect? Every new level you reach, the work becomes harder. All you need to do is apply the same principles you've been applying since you started. Consistency at all costs, in exercise, in tracking, in weighing, and in measuring. The only difference is you have to do all of these things again at a higher level. So what if the work is harder? Did anybody tell you this would be easy? If they did, they lied to you. Because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. And nothing worth doing ever came easy. And there's one last thing I want to say to you. There is no me without you. You're almost there. I can see you now, running behind me. Only 75 pounds separates you from me. just 75, and then we get to decide together what happens next. So fight. Fight for me. Fight for everyone you love. Fight for your listeners. They're all cheering you on now. It's time for you to take your rightful place in this world. Your voice goes out as a beacon of hope to all of those who struggle in silence. So fight. Fight for all of those in the struggle. All you have achieved thus far in this journey is only the beginning of your greatness. So worry not about having what it takes. Just keep going. It is at the most crucial moments in your life that you will discover that you are enough. Donato Russo, for your story and for the stories of all of those people who stand beside you in the same fight, I have this to say to you. The best is yet to come. Just hold on. I love you. Never give up. Never, ever give up.